This incident occurred in a certain hospital. After the man entered the large ward, he was always curious about a very thin man in the same room. This man would stealthily leave every night, and once he left, he would be gone for nearly an hour, then return as if nothing had happened. It wasn't because the thin man made noise when he left that he was noticed, but because he made no sound at all, which is why the man was so curious about what the thin man was doing outside in the middle of the night. One night, because the man was too curious and couldn't sleep, he finally decided to secretly follow the thin man. The thin man didn't realize he was being followed and slowly moved towards his destination. Shortly after, the thin man left the hospital and entered a nearby cemetery. Entering a cemetery at midnight is not a normal leisure activity, but this instead sparked the man's curiosity, and he carefully followed him inside. Eventually, the thin man stopped in front of a tombstone, not knowing what he was doing. The man, unable to see, changed his position to get a better look at what the thin man was holding. To his shock, the thin man had taken a bone ash urn from the tombstone and was chewing on the bones inside. The man involuntarily cried out, "Ah!" when he saw this scene. At this moment, the thin man seemed to realize that someone had followed him. The man, whose tracks were exposed, fled back to the hospital ward without looking back. Not long after, the thin man also returned to the ward. He didn't seem particularly anxious, but appeared to be inspecting the faces of the people in the same ward one by one. Although the man squinted his eyes and stealthily watched the thin man's movements, he couldn't figure out anything, only knowing that the thin man was constantly muttering to himself, not knowing what he was saying. Finally, the thin man walked up to the man's bedside. Like he did with others, he leaned his face close to the man, and then 1, 2, 3, his heart beat so fast. "It's you I see." The components of human bones can cure thousands of diseases, or so the superstition goes. During wartime, due to the extreme shortage of medicine, it was common to hear of people trying anything to cure illnesses. It was also said that by chewing on human bones, one could absorb all the knowledge or powers of the bone's owner.